Evening, welcome to the Rams review. Owen Bradley with Sean Barker alongside. Derby County have their first away win of this championship season and their first win in Coventry for 14 years. The Rams taking a 2-1 victory, courtesy of a 10th minute goal from Jerry Yates. He also got Derby's second, maybe an own goal, we'll see. Midway through the second half, Coventry pulled one back and Derby really did have to dig in to hold out. But a 2-1 victory for the Rams, their first 3 points away from home this season. Some really notable performances. You'll hear about Craig Forsyth, Liam Thompson, DeJean Brown, who made his first championship start for Derby tonight. Who do you want to start with, Sean Barker?
Let's start with Tomo. It's his first start for a long time. He was in there to give engine, to give kind of aggression without possession. I thought he was reliable with the ball. He's made such an impact in that midfield three, and with him, Ibu Adams and Houtmine, I thought they really dominated for long spells. Not necessarily with the ball. We were happy for us to give it up at times, but the energy, the desire to compete, to track runners, to stop those midfield three of Coventry playing was second to none. So Tomo gets a little nod, but of course we can't forget Jerry. He got a couple of goals. Yeah,
we'll talk more about him, and you'll hear a lot about Liam Thompson from Paul Warne in just a moment. But I think across the pitch tonight, you really like Derby's energy, you like their intensity.
I did. I mentioned that at the start of the game, that sometimes it's about a bit of desire, a bit of energy, a bit of aggression, being on the front foot and not giving too much respect to the opposition when you're away from home. And I thought we had that balance perfectly. We know that we set up at times to try and stop teams playing or to win balls in certain areas of the pitch. What they made kind of evident today is they were allowing Thomas, the centre of the back three, to have the ball. They were stopping the two wider centre backs, and as soon as they played that pass, they were aggressive. They won the ball back. The front two worked tirelessly. DeJean Brown, who obviously made his first start, and we always looked to threat on the break. There was a little bit of detail for that final pass, which we could have been better, and I thought we were in really positive positions. But until they scored their goal at 2-1, they had very, very little joy getting in and around our final defensive third. So in terms of a performance, it had a bit of energy, a bit of everything: energy, enthusiasm, aggression, character, resilience. And they had to hang in tough for long spells in that second half as well.
More from Barks. Just to say, by the way, we'll take you through the table in full shortly, but there are just 4 points separating Swansea in 9th and Plymouth in 22nd. It is very congested toward the bottom of that championship table. Derby only just shy of the top half after tonight's win. Let's get some reaction from the head coach. Here's Paul Warne.
Well, absolutely buzzing. It's great to get an away win. I thought we had a really good performance. We may have rode our luck at times, but I thought generally our effort levels for 75 minutes, I thought we were the better team. We created really good chances. I'm really proud of the lads. We obviously changed shape. We didn't have much time to work on it. Fair play to my coaches and that as well, and everyone behind the scenes. And then some fresh legs. I thought Tomo was excellent. Dage on his debut was really good. I thought Kenzo was the best he's been in a while. That little rest has done him good. And then I'm able to bring like Nat off the bench, and Colo came on and done some work, as did Sonny. So it just felt like a real collection. Obviously, unfortunately, we had to take Callum off at half-time. He felt his groin, so that's a blow. And the other blow is obviously Cash getting his 5th booking, which seemed beyond harsh. But yeah, really, absolutely buzzing, to be fair. I'd like to thank everyone who turned up tonight. I went and clapped them before the game, and there wasn't a spare seat, and I asked them to be loud for the lads, and you could really feel them in the stadium, and the lads literally gassed out. And if we would have conceded in the last second or whatever, I'd have still been really proud of how hard everyone worked tonight, fans included, with the 16 players I used.
You said yesterday the players were going to have to be at their best tonight against a Coventry side that invested a lot of money in their squad. They were nearly in the Premier League a couple of years ago. Was it one of those nights where they really did deliver for you?
Yeah, they really did, and you know, the moments came and we took them, and a couple of times second half I thought we looked really good. Like I said, I thought Tomo was the best player on the pitch, so I keep harping on about Tomo. But yeah, all the lads delivered. It was weird at the start. I thought we started the game quite well, but we kept slashing at things a little bit. which was a tad frustrating. But I thought we defended really well, and there's obviously tired bodies in there. But, you know, away from home, it doesn't matter what it looks like. You know, the last 15, 20 minutes, the fans don't go home thinking, oh, do you know what? We should have played a little bit more football in the final 10 minutes. So, no, really pleased. Really pleased with everyone. And like I said, they didn't have much time to put the, you know, get the coaching points across, so to speak, but we played with a 3 before, obviously, so the lads were fine with that.
Jerry Yates got both goals tonight. The first one, I know people say you've got to slice of luck, but if he doesn't chase after that ball, he doesn't get it. So I would imagine you'll say he's earned that.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, we worked on the fact that, you know, if you push everyone one side and put it down the other side, then we used to do that quite a lot. But, you know, we did get a slice of luck, but you're right, you get what you deserve, and I think the harder you work, the more, you know, the more luck you get. So, you know, I thought we came into tonight's game as opposed to Saturday, not through my opinion, but as underdogs. And I asked them to play like underdogs, like play that hungry feeling that you've got to chase everything, everything's worth wanting. You know, you've got to play with a real fire in you. And I thought the lads did that tonight. And, you know, Jacob punched things and helped out at times. And generally I thought we'd done enough to win a game, which is very difficult, you know, especially away from home. So, yeah, really pleased for everyone.
It was a little bit more nervy, than it probably you would have liked it to have been, but I suppose that's just, if you're going to get something away from home and get points on the board, it's not going to come easy. No,
and I thought it was a foul for the goal, but then I just thought that it sort of changed the way the game was being officiated. It thought we were a little bit unlucky with a few decisions, to say the least, but then I also thought that we might go on and get the third goal, which would have been great. But you're right, when they scored with 20 minutes to go, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I really needed a toilet break, if I'm honest. But the last time I went for a toilet break, we conceded, so I just, I didn't wee myself, but I stayed out like a big boy, kept my big boy pants on, and just thought, come on, lads, just ride it out. And then it's difficult because, you know, we've got 3 centre-halves who can defend crosses, but they don't really want to get out, because if they get out, they get behind, and we're trying to get them out, because if not, you can't get up the pitch. So in the end, we just had to defend crosses, and we done enough, and that's all I'm bothered about. Pick the 3 points up, go into Saturday, try and pick a fit team, a fit shape, and have another go.
Is it nice, well, I suppose nice is probably not even the right word, to get that away win now and just stop people talking about it? You've got 3 points away from home, and you know, and you've said it before, it's not easy in the Championship to get wins away from home. I don't think many teams have got more than 1 or 2.
Yeah. It's nice to get I don't care if we won every home game, didn't win an away game, wouldn't bother me. Just about collecting points when you get an opportunity to, and we did tonight. And like I said, the away following played a massive part in that. And we just done enough, but you know, we don't. You know, I know you know this, but don't really listen to outside noise. Really, I just talk to my players, my staff. That's it. And people, when I walk into Pride Park, normally tell me what they think. But everything else is just, you know, chatter. So I'm not concerned, but I do understand the fact you want to see your team win away, want to see you win at home, and like the fact that, like I said, there wasn't a spare seat, and they've come and watched them again, where, you know, our away form hasn't been as good as our home form, but you know, that's what football is.
You mentioned Callum Elder there. Is it not a serious one, but does that make him a bit of a doubt for the weekend?
A bit of a doubt, a very big doubt, really. I don't want to sound like a rugby union manager where I tell you my team a week in advance, but
Fozzie came on and did great for you.
Yeah, Fozzie's great, yeah. Got no issue with that, and obviously I can play Ozzy there at the weekend as well. He can play left back if need be. So, yeah, Fozzie's very reliable. I'm buzzing for Fozzie because he was full honking at the weekend. He had a 1 minute spell. I mean, in fairness, I shouldn't say this, but when I dropped him, I talked to him about it, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, mate, but you know what's going to happen here, don't you? He went, yeah, I can't argue, Gaffer. And he's been unbelievable for me. He's one of them. I said this to him. He's one of them people who should be at the club forever. Like, when he actually does hang up his boots, he should still stay here as something. And I'm not saying a statue just yet, but he's fundamentally what we believe in. He works hard, he gives his best, he's solid, he's reliable. So, so Callum will be, obviously he's done his groin, so that's hugely disappointing.
A very happy Paul Warne there after Derby's victory tonight. Hope he managed to find a toilet in time. And notable night for Craig Forsyth, by the way. He's now up to 20th on the all-time list in terms of Derby County appearances. Some achievement for him. He could climb a couple more places between now and the end of the season. I'm sure we will have many more conversations about Craig Forsyth. But let's talk about Jerry Yates, Sean. Definitely got Derby's first goal after 10 minutes, which was sort of planned, sort of a stroke of luck. Maybe got the second, but the first showed real quality, I thought, to take that.
He did. First off, he gambled. He expected the defender to go back to his goalkeeper. He was the only one who took the chance, and his first touch was brilliant because he used the pace of the pass. It was a big enough touch that he didn't need 2 or 3 to get around the goalkeeper. He took it past the goalkeeper first time and finished into an empty net. So a brilliant goal. I thought it was outstanding throughout the whole game. His work rate with Brown up front was quite remarkable. There was a clear game plan out of possession, which worked a treat, and they were brilliant at it. When the ball did go up to him, he held it up when he could under difficult circumstances. And what I liked is that he had someone with him. It made a huge difference to him. It allows you to be a little bit more aggressive to go and press when you want to win it. Every time the ball's played forward, if there's an extra striker, it just gives you a chance to get beyond and try and get yourself in the box. So, brilliant performance for him. He deserved the goal because that's the one thing that is lacking from his game at times, is getting more goals, getting him more opportunities, and he did that tonight. And
Derby second. Is that Jerry Yates' goal or not? You tell me.
We're going to say, because we want him to have it, that yes, it is, but I'm sure it'll be ruled as an own goal. He looked to try and cross it to try and find, I think it was Houtmijn and Mendes-Lang that was in the box. And that's one thing that I thought we did all evening, is when it went wide, when it went forward, we had runners. Liam Thompson was outstanding at just getting beyond at times. Houtmijn was in and around the box on numerous occasions where maybe in previous games away from home he wasn't in those sorts of positions. So I love the way they've set up. I like the aggression, I like the energy, I like the enthusiasm from the start. Yeah, so a really good performance.
And actually, Derby got in lots of other situations you talked about there. Is that a sign to you that maybe actually there are a couple more levels that Derby could go to if they get the details right?
Well, it's a completely different setup, a different style to how he's been playing, different shape and structure. When you have 2 centre forwards, they always feel like there's going to be more chances. You have to give up maybe one of your midfielders, or instead of being a back 4, you have to go to a back 3. So the distances between wing backs and centre halves is key. It's vital. You've got to have the energy in the legs to use that wide area. So Fozzie and obviously Elder down that left, and I thought Jackson again worked tirelessly throughout. He's a bit of an unsung hero because the kind of the things that he has to do for the team that's unselfish. Again, he puts in such a shift. So there's levels. I think there was a detail on that final ball. I mentioned it in commentary. I thought whenever Coventry looked towards their own goal, when the back 3 were running towards the keeper, I always felt there was another chance there on the break, and that final pass, the final detail occasionally was lacking, which is why we probably didn't get some of the joy when we got in really promising positions.
Coventry did get a goal back, which means no clean sheet for Derby. But actually, Wright has some chances as well. But did you ever feel Derby were that uncomfortable?
I thought they were for the last 10-15 minutes, yeah, and I thought we had to ride out the storm, and I thought we had to defend the box well. Zetstrom, I think, had 1 save to make in the game. Numerous crosses, balls into the box. Wright had a couple of really good chances, and I heard Paul talk before about moments and a little bit of lady luck being on this side, and today I thought we had that. We deserved it for the performance and the attitude and how the game plan kind of unfolded, but you still have to have a little bit of luck away from home. And when they did turn the screw, when they did ask a few questions, those moments they didn't have this evening, and it was Derby that were on the receiving end of some good love for once.
And we were just checking the stats. I think there are still 4 or 5, maybe 6 teams without an away win in the Championship. It's not an issue that is maybe, or has been now we should say, specific to Derby. But that will feel like a bit of a monkey off the back, right?
Of course, yeah, and it's been building. The pressure's been kind of getting more and more intense to get that first away victory. I just thought we set up much more positive, much more aggressive, and we knew they were a good side and they passed the ball around well, but we restricted them to very little, and they just felt we were willing to put more men in advanced areas when you won the ball back on the break, on the counter. Everything just played into kind of our hands, and the kind of game plan worked out perfectly. So sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it doesn't. Again, the small key moments in games make big differences. That second goal, a little bit fortunate, But that was the goal that was enough to get us all 3 points.
Paul Warne making 5 changes, remember, tonight. Full marks to the head coach for those. He'll have to make at least 2 at the weekend, by sounds of it, with Callum Elder likely to be unavailable with injury and Erin Cashin suspended. But those are problems for another day. Let's get some more reaction. We can hear from Curtis Nelson.
Oh, relief. It's been a long time coming. Geez, what are we, 14 games in now? Yeah, we're buzzing. Boys in there are really happy. 3 points on the road. Tough game, very tough game. They're a good side, so yeah, really happy.
We've been moving in the right direction on the road, but how much do you feel you deserve this win?
Yeah, I think we did really well. There was definitely times in the game when we were under pressure, especially back end of the second half there. So we've dug in. Boys that have come into the team that haven't been starting. You got Nat and Dage. Obviously, congrats to him on his debut. And then obviously Sonny's coming on late, Mendes and Kane, and everyone that's come on and played the part tonight was brilliant.
Everyone put a huge shift in. This team really works hard for each other and battles for each other, don't they?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Obviously, you've got to have a good team spirit, and the manager said that so many times. He only signs good people. I'll say, yeah, he does. Literally, that's bottom line, isn't it? He only signs good people, and when you've got that togetherness in the changing room, it always takes you a long way.
Picked out a few names. The word on Jerry Yates. He puts in an incredible amount of work and got his rewards tonight. Yeah,
I'm buzzing for Jez, actually, to be fair. 2 goals on the road, and he's one of them players that he might not score for a little while, like we've seen, but when he does get going, you know what you're going to get from him, and he works his socks off, so he deserves everything he gets.
Finally, how pleasing to deliver that for another sold-out away end.
Oh, amazing, yeah. Like, I'm looking up there, it's crazy how many we bought. I know it's an hour away, but flipping Wednesday night, midweek and that, fair play to the fans coming out, so yeah, thank you again.
Well done.
Cheers.
Curtis Nelson's thoughts on tonight's win for Derby. There were a handful of other games this evening as well. You can see the results from last night, and there is a game tomorrow, West Brom facing Burnley. Everybody loves a bit of Thursday night Championship football. In terms of tonight's games, Stoke winning at Blackburn. You've hit the skids a little bit. Millwall beating Leeds. Very impressive run Millwall are on at the moment. Luton with an important win over the resurgent Cardiff. Not so impressive tonight. And Sunderland failing to take the chance to go further clear at the top. They were held away at Preston. The table then. Sheffield United would be joint top with Sunderland if not for their points deduction. Burnley, West Brom not playing till tomorrow, as we mentioned. And as you start to get down toward Swansea, you really start to get into the congested area. They're on 19 points. And as we look into the bottom half, Plymouth, 22nd in the table, are only 4 behind. Derby, 13th, right at the top of the bottom half of the table. Their goal difference keeps them above Stoke City and Sheffield Wednesday. The Rams are also level on points with Norwich now, among others. And, of course, Derby host Plymouth, Wayne Rooney's Plymouth Argyle, I should say, on Saturday. And we will be back for that. If you want more reaction to today's game, it'll be on the website, dcfc.co.uk. But from me and Barks and the team, goodbye.